wanted to talk about your boy. But I think Russell Wilson
I just was giving up you some content.
And I think Russell Wilson has been playing well this season. He has been putting up some pretty good numbers. Yes, he's under 2,000 yards passing. Yes, he only has 13 touchdowns to 3 interceptions and a QBR of 55.5, none of which are top stats in the NFL. Matter of fact, they don't even break the top 20 in the NFL. But you have to realize, Mark, he did miss the first 6 games of this season. Russ is only making $1.2 million for the Steelers from this season, but still making that $40 to $60 million from the Denver Broncos. Russ is 36 years old this year. He did sign a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, Mark, with you being a Russ fan, you loved Russ for the last 2 seasons in Denver. Do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers sign him for 2025 and beyond?
You know what? Personally, if I was them, I wouldn't. Because like I said, I think he's a one-trick pony. I think if everything doesn't align right for him, he's not successful. And he's not the type of quarterback that can play off script anymore. He just doesn't have it in him anymore. But I think they will probably sign him because we'll still be paying him another year of this dead money. So he'll still be getting paid from us for another season. So he could sign another cheap deal. But I remember when he signed with the Steelers that he made it a big deal that he wanted to be the starter and that he wanted a future deal and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't think he's played well enough to get another big deal. Like, just my personal opinion, I think he's barely done enough to help them win. I don't think that makes for another contract, maybe a low tier deal, if any. That's what I would give him.
Yeah, and Mark, I'm going to kind of piggyback of what you said, right? I said the Pittsburgh Steelers were a deep playoff run team if they had above average quarterback play. Meaning they don't need an elite quarterback. They don't need that 30, 40, 50 million, $60 quarterback to be successful in Pittsburgh because they got a good running game. They got a good defense, right? Nickel and diamond down the field, just don't lose us, right? Now, the only way I see Russell Wilson being in Pittsburgh next season is if he takes another team-friendly deal and another $2 million deal, $1.1 million deal, right? The league minimum. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers don't need you, right? They were 4-2 with Justin Fields. Yes, Justin Fields did lose 2 games in a row, but he also started off the season 4-0, right? Justin Fields could be the future, might be the future. Hell, we could even see the Pittsburgh Steelers drafting a quarterback this season. Let's just be honest. Kirk Cousins, we're getting ready to talk about Kirk Cousins here in a minute. He could be coming up as well. Guys, if Russell Wilson wants to be in Pittsburgh moving forward, he'll take another friendly deal at $1 million, $2 million deal and beyond. So, Mark, let me follow up with this question. Let's say Russ thinks he wants to get that $10, $12, $20 million deal. Is there a team out there willing to sign a 37-year-old quarterback to that type of deal?
I don't think so, because the only options he had was Pittsburgh and the Giants. And I think the only reason he didn't get the Giants job is because they weren't going to guarantee him a starting role. The Steelers were the team that were like, yeah, we'll give you the shot at starter. The Giants were already locked in with Danny Dimes, even though we all saw how that ended up. But that was the only 2 options for him. I feel like most of these GMs are going to go with a young quarterback before they're going to go with a guy like Russ.
Yeah, and especially if a young GM is in there, they're probably 1 or 2 years in the league, and they're definitely trying to make themselves a household name. So that's what the people are saying and in there today. And Ant says Deontay Johnson would be great in Steelers if he actually went into the game.
Truth.
Too soon, man. Too soon. And Laura says, bro, man, seriously happened tonight. You guys should probably get a room. Not wrong. Not wrong. Alpha Rob says, Russ fumble and that INT lost him the game.
It did.
I would say the fumble was a big momentum shift, but they rebounded from that. But the pick 6 after Lamar Jackson threw that red zone interception and the rush through the pick 6, that was the game over. It was game over.
That was the dagger.
Yep, that was exactly it. Josh says he still has at least 4 good seasons left in him, dude. He's going to be 30.
Are you serious?
We were all spoiled by Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady played 44, right? Kirk Cousins is 37. He is not starting in the NFL anymore. Aaron Rodgers is 40 plus years old. He's not a starter in the NFL. Yes, I know he's starting with the Jets, but he's not starting and he's not a starter. Guys, 36 and 37, they're ancient in the NFL. Tom Brady was an outlier. Once you hit about 34, 35, your career is pretty much done. Let's just be honest, especially as a running back or a receiver. Like we probably won't see a quarterback play over the age of 40 ever again in the NFL. Let's just be honest.
And Buck, it's always their legs, man. Their legs always go first. They could throw the ball to the 60, 70, but their legs can't do it anymore.
Yeah. And it's also the mental preparation, right? Getting mentally prepared for a game every week is exhausting. I have spoke to many retired players, myself included. I could still play. I just didn't want to prepare to get to play, right? I didn't want to go through the treatment, the study, and all that. It just sucks, right? Excuse me. WB Ant says Kirk Cousins for Russell Wilson. ATL would take that. And
I think ATL would rather have Fields.
Maybe. And Alpha Rob says Russ can only throw the ball deep, nothing else.
Truth.
That's kind of spot on, actually. I'm not going to lie. But Mark, are you ready for